All right, so let's go ahead and look at actually creating some of these different kinds of content on the platform. All right, we'll start by looking at some basic web content creation, and then we'll also look at the new Fragments in 7.1 as well. Okay, so if you're not already logged in, again, make sure you log in using that Josiah account. Okay, josiah.copeland@livingston.com with the password of Liferay. Okay. All right, from here, go ahead and make sure the menu is open. All right, and we're going to go to the Livingston Hotels and Resorts. So if you're in another site, you can just simply click on the top left here. Okay. I'll go ahead and sign in. Okay, password Liferay. All right, so we're in this site, and we're going to go ahead and close this build section if it's open for you like it is for me. Go to Content and Web Content in the Site Administration panel. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and create some web content together. Click on the Add New Content, and we'll just go ahead and choose the Basic Web Content option. Okay. All right, now the Basic Web Content option, like I mentioned, gives us access to that Alloy editor, so we'll be able to do some formatting here if we'd like. Okay, but otherwise, let's go ahead and name this. So this is going to be a travel package content that we can add on the front page for Bali. Okay, so we can call this Southeast Asia travel package dash Bali. Okay. All right, if you'd like, you can add a summary or description here. That's totally up to you. Otherwise, we can come down here to the content section, and this is where we can start adding some of our content. Okay. Now, we have some content readily available for you all, so you don't have to make stuff up, although you are welcome to pause the video and let your creative juices flow and write something extraordinary here. Okay, but otherwise, if you want to go ahead and follow along with me, go ahead and open up your exercises folder. Okay, so I still have my exercises up from earlier. All right, and this is going to be, again, for you on Windows, this should be in C Liferay in that exercises folder. For those of us on Mac, it's going to be in the user home Liferay folder. Okay, and we need to go into the 06 asset management folder here. All right. And here we can find the travel package.txt. Go ahead and open that up. All right, and we can go ahead and just simply copy this. All right, and we're going to come back into our web content and paste it on in the content section. Okay, now here we can use the editor to do some editing. All right, we can go ahead and highlight the Bali luxury travel package, for example. Okay, so go ahead and highlight that. And we can go ahead and use this drop down to set some preset formatting. Okay, so for example, we could set heading 1 here, and now we have our formatting there. Okay. All right, we have these 3 sections here. Under package includes, you can go ahead and highlight those. And if we click on our bullets, okay, we'll see some bullets here. Right, we can do the same thing for the included extras. Go ahead and highlight those. Create some bullets there as well. All right, for those of you who are more familiar with your front-end technologies, you can actually click on the code view as well. All right, and you can add some code. And to make things even more fun, we can actually open this up to full screen, and we can see the code on the left and our output on the right. Okay, so feel free to play around with that a little bit as well. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close this here and close the code view. Okay, by clicking on text view here. All right, and we want to go ahead and add an image here as well. So this might be along the lines of the kind of content that Maria would be creating using that role we created earlier in the course. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and place the cursor here after the last line of text. I'm going to go ahead and press enter here. All right, and we can click on the add button. All right, to see some things that we can add grids, we can add videos if we'd like, we can add images here. That's what this little mountain and sun or moon is for. So go ahead and click on that. Okay. Go ahead and click on Select File. And we're going to go to our exercises here. Again, should be C Liferay or User Home Liferay with that exercises folder, and find the 06 Asset Management section. All right, and go ahead and find that Bali JPEG. Choose that there. Click Open. All right, and we have our new image. So here we can go ahead and click Add. Okay, so now we have our image at the bottom of the screen here. We might want to center this. So what we can do is we can actually click on the image, and you'll see here we have some options. We can provide a link, or we can provide where we want to place the image. Okay, so click on that center section there. We can also resize if we want as well. All right, and once we're done, we're satisfied with the way this looks, we can go ahead and scroll down and press Publish. Okay, so now we have a web content article that we can work with here. We can go ahead and click on Go to Site for the Livingston Hotels and Resorts in the Site Administration panel. All right, and what we can do is we can go ahead and remove our content loader image and add our new content to the page. Okay, so click on the Options menu and Remove for the content loader. Click OK if you see this little confirmation drop down here. All right, we can go ahead and click Add, and you have two options here. Either we can add the web content display widget to the page and display our content, or we can just open the content section, and we should see our new content article here. Okay, so go ahead and drag that to the page. All right, and we have our new content article. Okay. Now, of course, there are ways that we can clean this up, but you get the idea of how this works. We have that editor. We can go in and either provide some code, or we can go ahead and do some formatting on our own using the actual editing tools. Okay. If we don't have the theme set up, the theme by default right now actually turns off the borders by default. What we can do is we can actually go into look and feel configuration if the borders were there. And if we wanted to turn those off, we can go ahead and change the application decorator here from decorate to, let's say, bare bone. Okay. These are the three defaults in the classic theme for those of you who have been maybe working with the classic theme or testing that yourself. Decorate includes the title and the borders. Borderless includes the just the border without the title, and bare bone sort of turns everything off and just leaves it to your own content. Okay. So if you want to do that with me, you can go ahead and do that and click Save. All right, and exit out of this. Okay, so that is a basic workflow for creating a new content article. Of course, you can add an actual business review process, make sure it's gone through, it's been reviewed, it's been copy edited, etc. Okay, and then you can go ahead and have it placed on the page by another team. All right. So there's web content. We have some control there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the new fragment options as well. So go ahead and click on the site selector here, and we're going to go to the Livingston Life site and add some basic fragments. Okay, so click on My Sites. All right, I see Livingston Life up at the top. If you do not see this in a convenient location, you can just go ahead and search for it. Go ahead and click on Livingston Life once you have it there. Okay. And in the build section, this is where we actually can manage our page fragments. All right, so go ahead and click on page fragments here. Okay. Click on the new drop down, and let's just go ahead and import some fragments to see what this looks like. So click on Import. All right, we can go ahead and click Choose File here. Again, make sure you're in that 06 Asset Management folder of your exercises. And there's going to be a Livingston Life landing.zip. Go ahead and open that up and click Import. Okay. Once you see the success here at the bottom left, you can go ahead and close this. All right, it's going to load in our new fragments. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and add a page that can actually display these fragments. So we've looked at pages in the site section, the widget pages. We can now use those content pages to actually display our new fragments. Okay, so go ahead and click on pages in the build section. Okay, we can click add public page at the top right. And this time we can go ahead and click on content page. Let's go to name this home. Okay, we'll see we can add this page to the following menu default. Click save. All right, and this gives us our editing area for fragments. Okay, so here we can add fragments to the page. We can actually edit them as well. So this is great for our marketing teams. Okay, we can go ahead and open up that drop down that says Livingston Life front page. Okay, and we can go ahead and add our different fragments. So I'm just going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, top to bottom. Okay. All right, and I can close this fragment section here so I can get a better view of my fragments. Okay. All right, so for this top guy here, go ahead and click on the text. Again, we can edit our fragments inline. And here we can go ahead and change this to Livingston Life. Okay. All right, and of course, if you'd like, you can go ahead and continue editing some things here. You can just do whatever you'd like. You can add some new images, play around with this a little bit. Again, feel free to pause the video and have some fun. All right. Otherwise, we can do is we can open the menu. You'll notice our changes are saved automatically. Okay. And we can click on Go to Site and Home Page. Okay. All right, and now we'll see on our home page here, we have our new fragments. All right. Now, you'll notice when we clicked on Go to Site, we had to actually click on the home page. So one more step that you can add here, and this allows you to have a little bit more flexibility with whether or not you want a widget page or a fragment page as sort of your front home page. We can open up Build and Pages again here. All right, and if you click Options next to our new home page, we have an option that says Mark as Home Page. So go ahead and click on that and click OK. Okay. You will see in a menu which page is marked as the home page, and now when we click Go to Site, it's going to automatically direct us to this page. Okay. So again, this is helpful if we want to perhaps set up some widget pages, but we want to have a special fragment page marked as the home page. You don't have to worry about doing any sort of fancy footwork to try to make that happen anymore. All you need to do is click Options and mark as home page, and you'll make that happen. Okay. Finally, if we want, we can go ahead and finish this up by adding that fjord theme that we added to the main Livingston site as well. All right, so again, to do this, we can go ahead and click on Pages in the Build section. We can click on Configure next to Public Pages. All right, and we can scroll down to where it says Change Current Theme. Go ahead and click on this. All right, we can select Fjord and click Save. Okay. Now when we click Go to Site in the menu, we have our fragments on display, and we have our fjord theme wrapping our fragments as well. Okay. So this gives us a nice sort of preset design for the Livingston Life. Of course, this will need to be filled out more, so feel free at this point to create some new content. Maybe try creating some new fragments, adding those to the page, getting a feel for how this works. Okay, I'd encourage you to continue sort of testing while you're going through this course, getting your feet wet a little bit. Okay. Otherwise, we will see you in the next section.